Hello, everybody. Many a times we complain. We complain about not getting a good dress. We complain about not being wished on our birthdays. We also complain of several things that possibly we have got by the favor of life. Today, I am with Divya. Divya, welcome to my show and thank you so much for being so brave and coming up and sharing your story in this special episode of the different news that is the cancer circle. So to my audience, I just want to say that here is a human being who has fought for life. I think for Divya, time is the most precious thing she could complain of, but let's hear her story from her, and then you will understand how small we are. How, we really don't need to complain about anything in life. Welcome, Divya. And I know your story personally, but the kind of strength and resilience you bring in, this is amazing. So I think this conversation will definitely help others to be inspired towards life. So I would like to
Yeah.
I
Hi,
would like,
hi, Gayatri.
yeah,
Yes,
please
yes,
introduce yourself.
yes. What you said is very true. As the life moves on, we forget to be grateful of what we have already, and we always seek for more and think that we don't have this, we don't have that, and we keep complaining, just like how you started this convo. Yes, this girl who's sitting right in front of you also was the same girl who was complaining of all those things. Okay, there is this goal, we have to achieve this, we don't have this, we have to buy this, we don't have this, we have to do that. Karke, I had a lot of plans just before what hit me like a storm, I would say, the unexpected flood that happened to my life. Yes, I was diagnosed with cancer in fourth stage. Sorry, was entering into fourth stage. So just like that, it just happened in a month period, in just a month of a period. Every girl will have this phase in her life where she like completes, leaves behind her motherhood stage and enters into a professional stage of life. So I was one from them. See, I after my son had his third birthday, I started applying for all the full-time job and entering into professional period of my life. It was December 2023 that I got one job, assistant professor's job. Life was like, okay, I've achieved something. It was in my goal list that has been striked off, and that goal is being achieved, ticked. Okay, I was very happy and moving forward. Just like that, in just 15-20 days, I started noticing loss of appetite. So I would be very hungry. When I eat 2-3 bites of my food, I would find me not wanting to finish that meal. So I thought, okay, maybe it is lack of sleep and changed routine, so maybe that is happening. I just ignored things. Then what happened is this continued, and few people around me noticed me with being with this loss of appetite. They started complaining, ki, why are you not eating properly? Then one fine day, it was nearing to the new year. I noticed loss of blood through my stools. So whenever I used to pass stools, there was this mucus blood coming out of that region. Initially, when I told my parents, they said it could be piles, nothing to worry. Why are you thinking all those stuffs? Just like other people, they just wanted it to keep it inside the house, not go to the doctor every time and get things cleared off. So that was the mindset initially. But after the new year, I went to the doctor. I told the general physician that this was the issue. After all the internal examinations, he said it is the life change routine and the stress that you're going through. So just keep it calm. And he gave me few medications like isabgol and stuffs for the fiber to increase. Even after taking all those steps, I would feel constipated. So loss of appetite. The next one was constipation. So I used to feel that. Then okay, this was also like okay, let me eat lot of fiber-rich foods, vegetables and stuff. So all that parents told me, guided me. I followed all those regimes, but no, the blood loss didn't stop. So one fine day, my in-law noted that I was looking very pale and sick. So she told me loss of blood is not that good to be ignored for almost 15 days. Go to the appropriate specialist. So that's what she advised me. On upon her advice, the next day I went to a gastroenterologist, where I went through a lot of tests like colonoscopy, blood tests, stool tests. For a person who was not taking medications for even cold and fever, she used to like I was a person who used to take this kashayam and stuff at the home remedies. So for that kind of a person, going to the hospital very frequently was uh, in a whole lot irritating. Basically, that word is very appropriate. Like it was very irritating. You will feel very uncomfortable stepping into the hospital. Why you don't know what is the answer, but you're still finding what would be the question. That was my situation. So that doctor, after colonoscopy, I came home. Meanwhile, this blood was keep on passing, and I started observing pelvic pain. So all my pelvic region was under very much pain, and because of the colonoscopy and all too, it was the pain was increasing. So this happened. Then a personal tragedy struck. Like my son also fell down. He had a fracture in the leg, and we had to take him in the ambulance and do the robotic surgery immediately within 2 3 hours of him falling down. So this was the next day of my colonoscopy where I was going through a lot of pain and stuff. So when everything happened together, I was not able to keep mentally sane, be mentally sane. So I started calling my parents saying, please help me out. I require emotional support. Then they stepped down from where they are. And then the after we got discharged with my son, the next day I got my report and we went to the gastroenterologist where he told I was diagnosed with cancer. That was the time, like imagine going through going through the hospital every now and then, taking the test that the doctors are saying again and again, repeatedly, one after another, waiting for the reports, not knowing what is the cause and what is the problem, not getting any answer. One after the other test is happening, and your life is also pulling down. Like you thought you've achieved something, and slowly everything is getting pulled down from you. You're losing control over your body, your mind, and everything is happening together. That was the scenario that I was diagnosed with cancer. So if it is if you are diagnosed with cancer one particular time, okay, I agree that is even more bad. But to add on to that, your something is happening from your personal side also was not easy to handle. So yeah, that's how I was diagnosed with cancer in January 2024. So I had rectal cancer, which was entering into the fourth stage. Then when we took the PET scan, I was diagnosed with another cancer, which is Hodgkin's lymphoma. That was there in a thymus gland. Basically, the gland is behind your heart. So yeah, that's where I was diagnosed with another cancer, which was entering into stage two. So I had two cancers without even having any of the symptoms previously. Like within a period of 1 month, everything happened all together, and I was diagnosed with two cancer.
I mean, you are smiling and telling, and we all are hearing it as a story. But I
And
really,
you actually, this smile comes out of the courage that I've built, because
yes.
you crying is not going to help. It's not going to change anything. Maybe you crying and being sad could create an hormone that is going to help your cancer, but not you to positively fight it. That is why maybe my smile is like previously also I am a very smiling person. So maybe that is like an add-on to fight this particular disease.
So I think, as far as I know, like when I talk to you with you off camera, uh, you have taken up a certain art form to help you move ahead and make keep your smile always on your face. So that is embroidery. So I was just trying to be curious and understand that when did this occur to you, or probably I would say that when first you could make it as a kind of mechanism to help you to cope with such a, I mean, I really find short of words because um, I become a little emotional. The thing is that
No, 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 no.
we, when we are living a normal life, when we are living a rather healthy life, the thing we do, the worst thing and the most frequent thing we do is to neglect our health. So when and I think we have no reason, a healthy person has no reason not to smile, not to be resilient. So from that, when there are a lot of options, I understand. First of all, kudos to your positivity.
Mm.
This is amazing, and I think God has given you a lot of strength in your genes, and they are overexpressed now with your resilience. So
Yeah, I would say like this positivity and this courage was not built in just a day. Like
of course.
you were diagnosed with cancer, you are all smiling and being positive toward what you've got. No, I hit the rock bottom. Like I was very angry. I was like in a Zen phase where you will not be willing to talk to anybody or discuss anything. Just listen to the doctor and do whatever is needed and whatever is being guided by the doctor. That phase was there for almost 2 months, and those 2 months, my parents were there by my side to guide me of how I can take this forward, how I can eat nutritious food. For that part, my mother-in-law was also a silent uh, support. Like she filled me with all the nutritious stuff. So I got this emotional support from my parents. Luckily, I had parents to support me, so they knew what were the things that could get that old Divya out. So they did all the things that could be done to get me um, bounce me back to that old Divya I was. So it took almost 2 months, yeah, with a lot of pain and vomiting and all the side effects and effects of cancer that I was going through. They all stood by me and told me that as far as you are not going to accept this, this is not going to help you anywhere. So being angry is, yes, it's right. Being angry is right. Being upset is right. Being sad is right. Being you want to cry, you cry. That is all right. But after doing that, come above, come over it. Just complete it and then come out. But this over thing is easy to tell it in a word. For you
Hmm.
to practically implement it and come out is really tough. It's not that I'm not crying now. It's not that I'm not thinking about the cancer that I got last year, or it is not that I am always being positive towards it. No, I do get all the negative feelings. I do cry. I do stay sad. And I still do feel that why I got this. But that is all for some time. Thoughts are like that. You should have that resilient nature in you to overcome all those feelings and come back positively. How many ever time you are being pushed down or you have that negative thought, that is what I have been trying. It is like a practice which we have to follow for our entire life to have a gooder impact.
So Divya, like tell something about your embroidery and how exactly that came into the being. Because I think there are a lot of things that could be done, or maybe people have suggested you to be positive in
Yes.
certain things. But I think
What actually initially happened is, Gargi, I was diagnosed with this thing, and initially I was all quiet. I was not using, like, we all have these mobile phones and series watching addictions, all was there, but all that, like, didn't help me in the initial period.
Hmm.
This artwork, this hand embroidery, which I practiced during my pregnancy, like, really helped me so much to uh, have a build peace in my own mind. and my own body to like slow down, to feel okay, um, to feel like it's okay, Divya. You can just overcome this. You have lot more to think about, not just about cancer, lot more to think about. So just overcome this. Sit with me. As much as you sit with it in a positive way, you can really overcome this. Is where that embroidery came into picture. Like
Mm.
immediately after getting diagnosed, also, I didn't step into embroidery. I used to sketch. Like I'm not a pro, but I used to sketch and do doodles and stuff. So I was doing all these things when I was diagnosed, and I could do. But once the treatment started, because of chemotherapies, my hands started shivering and I was not able to sketch properly. So if I have to erase and do things, it's even more hurting ki I'm not able to complete it properly, that the colors and shades are not sitting properly. So that's when I remembered this embroidery. So I took this bundle from above of my cupboard and I started doing it. So the one good thing which is there in embroidery is it's a cloth, and when you put that needle down, even if you shake somewhere, you can remove it and correct it again. And you
Exactly.
will be involving lot of colors in it that gives a lot of positive vibes and vibrant vibes around you, that you forget everything around and just sit with completing it for some time. So for some people it could be knitting, for some people it could be crochet, for some people it could be writing a book, for some people it could be reading a book. For me it was embroidery. So with that shivering hands I started doing embroidery, but I didn't know that it is going to be a coping mechanism for me. For at that period it was like somehow push the time without watching TV, and I was not interested toward it. So somehow push the time, because what you have to give for this treatment is lot of time. So it takes lot of time from you. So for one chemotherapy, you have to sit from morning 9 to evening 5 in that single bed with a needle in your hand. You cannot move. You can only use the washroom. For that also they have to disconnect it. So what are you going to do? Sitting and seeing the mobile and the series and the TV and taking that screen time, for how long can you do that? So that's not going to help. So that's how I started getting these embroidery to my chemo beds. So I started taking all my stuffs to my chemo bed and I started doing it. It felt better. Like when I complete one particular flower or a design, I would see that the time has gone like
Fun.
this. So that helped a lot. That helped a
Mm.
lot. So it was like, okay, if people used to come with me for chemotherapy, so if they want to step out somewhere, initially they were worried because I'm going to sit alone and my mind
Right.
is going to kill my thoughts. So they were worried. Maybe she should not think or she should not feel alone and she should not feel sad of what is going through. So let's stay by her. That's how people used to come with me for chemotherapies. But later on, when I started observing my own self being occupied with a therapeutic thing, which
Mm.
I discovered on my own, so they started realizing also, okay, she's being okay being alone. She is
Mm.
being occupied being alone. So that's how they also started giving me some space, and that's when I realized, okay, I don't need any support to undergo what I am going through. So
Amazing.
that's how I started doing embroidery on this journey. So that's
Mm.
how it helped. Basically, there is nobody going to guide you. Like none of my family members had cancer, but I ended up having cancer. So there
Mm.
were no people around my circle where I could get guidance of how what I am going through. So if I am going to face some side effects, I was not being guided that okay, you're going to face this. This is how you have to handle it. No, I didn't get that guidance from anybody. Initially, I didn't know any NGOs, any circles where they will help out cancer patients. Nothing I knew. Only thing I knew was I have to eat good food. How much ever I vomit, I have to take good food so that that helps in helps inside for the cells to like work. That's how I understood the thing. So I have to eat good. I have to keep my mind sane without thinking anything negatively. That's the one thing that I did. And then somehow I had to pass my time physically. So I did what I have to do. So these are the three things I started concentrating, because I had a lot of touchwood. I would say I had a lot of people around me. for supporting in lot other ways.
Right.
Like for emotional support, I had a co-sister who left her job and sat with me and spoke me all along, like till the end of my cancer treatments and my recovery and surgeries. She sat with me, left her job, so I had this emotional support whenever needed. My husband, who was like in a good company, so we could afford all the loans that we needed. And for the nutrition part, I had my mother, then it was my mother-in-law to feed me good food. Then I had my father-in-law and my brother-in-law to take care of my son. So there, I had my own sister who was always there, just a call away, to keep my mind sane, where I could pour out everything, cry, but she would tell me that go forward. So luckily, even though I got the biggest disease in the world, which was very hard on the part, I had all the support system that was needed. So I started thinking like what I should achieve when I have got all of this. Yes, God has given me the sickest thing that a person could get. Then what am I to achieve out of it? So
Mm.
the only thing I had to do was stay positive, follow the treatment, and go forward. Not think behind, not sit depressed. That is what is the thing I had to do. So I started doing that, and I took all the help that I needed, and I moved forward. Because that period, we are not supposed to feel guilty of taking help. That period is completely you have to focus on yourself, physically and mentally, and coming out of it is the greatest thing that you can do to the people around you and for your own self. So I started doing embroidery, and I started getting all the help needed. So that's how this journey maybe swifted out of being depressed or sad.
Uh, so Divya, just that when we lead a normal life, like healthy life, and when we become sad, or we crib about things not happening in career, relationship, and blah blah blah, so often we are suggested that, like as you were telling, that we should be positive, staying positive, and all those stuff. Even getting some kind of minor diseases also, people start getting the mental, they mentally go down. So, what did positivity really mean to you when you didn't have this particular disease, and how do you define it now?
Okay, I would say this. Each flower has a time for its own to bloom. Okay,
Right.
so we are basically competing our own selves with our own previous version and the future versions. So, when we are doing this comparison, we should always think that it's okay to take the time that is required because the situation we are in is not as same as the previous version of our own self or the other person who is around us in the society. So, we will have our own time to bloom. So
Hmm.
wait for it. Give it all the time that is required because it's not that this is the end of the story. It is just a chapter in your life where you require for your own self to take certain decisions and actions without
Hmm.
comparing it with anybody else around you or to your own self. So that one thing which I started telling to my own because I like we had talked previously in the
Yeah.
initial of the conversation. I had dreams, I had plans, I had goals, I had savings. I thought this savings would be enough for whatever is going to come forward in the next 1 year or 2 year. And I had plans which I thought I would achieve in the next year or the other year. But when you are hit with something, all that will is not going to help because
Exactly.
the initial savings which I had was washed out in just 1 day. Like when I had to do this surgery for my son, that savings was washed out. The 3 lakhs was just gone. And for my initial scans and treatments, that savings which we had as a second backup plan, that was also washed out. So what is the point of doing the savings? You would think that, yeah, you have the money that is required for anything that's going to come forward. No, that is not how life is going to go forward, because you can't plan everything. You would have to
Exactly.
just go by the flow. Whatever it takes, do it. But doing it, you should not crib on it. That, oh, this is gone. Oh my God, I saved so much for this, but this went into this. No, that is not the scenario. And I had plans too, but that plans was not achieved. We ended up having even more loans and even more EMIs. But yeah, but the only thing that I could do is smile. Abundance of being positive and being strong and smile and being playful, having good conversations and stuff. Yes, that is what is the only thing that you could go do, Gargi. Just imagine, we as a human, when created by the God, do we have money in our hand? Do we have the assets in our hand? No. We are given a character where we could be as positive as possible, as thoughtful as possible, as sane as possible. That is what is the
Absolutely.
biggest goal that you think, biggest asset that you think that you have, that I think that I had. So I started using those assets for the
Right.
situation that I was given in life. So I started thinking like that, and that's what I think now. Maybe that previous Divya, if she is seeing me how I am, she would
Mm.
really pat me on my back that you're doing
Absolutely.
good. So yeah, I
Absolutely.
get both from saying this, but yes, that's what I think of my own self.
No, I mean, I won't say a round of applause here, but I think whoever is listening to this, I just tag them as a normal person in terms of healthy person. I think, guys, it's time to think. We see another human being just like me and you, and I think it is time that you introspect yourself, you know, and be little a bit more kinder, a bit more empathetic towards people. I think I always feel in this rat race that we are in terms of, and nowadays, you know, we are so much of mentorship happens all the time, to speak well, to do well, to everything. We have to be perfect, but life is not perfect. I think the most imperfect thing,
Never.
most imperfect thing how we are perfectly dealing with is probably is leads to another imperfection, and I think that's the story of life. And I think seeing you, listening to you, it should go as a I won't say it should, but I think definitely that people who are listening to this story today would definitely go back and think about what they are doing in terms of complaining, being negative. I think there's no scope. There's only thing that, like as you rightly said, to be positive and be, do something which gives happiness, and we can make other people happy. I think that is how
Yeah. Because we
I,
we all know, we have heard this thing, like
yeah,
once a person is born, they have to study. Once studies is done, college is done, marriage is done, work, sorry, job or marriage. Then if marriage is done, okay, kid is done, kids going to school. So one person forgets to think about the self. So
yes,
whenever we get that time to think about ourselves,
mm,
first think the positives and the things that we have in our life.
correct,
Don't think about the things that we don't have in our life. So then
absolutely,
you will understand what you are having is more than enough, and those are the basic things that some people are still craving in for their life. So
absolutely,
that's how you have to start thinking. So
correct,
luckily, God has given me everything. Now I understand and realize that, okay, first start being grateful and
yes,
empathetic about what you've gone through and what you have. Then that's how you will lead a better life. That's how what is called as maturity, and that's how that's what is called as being sensible.
absolutely, completely agree with you. Divya, now let's talk about something interesting that you are actually doing with, you haven't stopped at just taking embroidery for a coping mechanism to keep you being smiling and surviving with positivity, fighting this fighting this deadly disease. So I know that you have now gone to the next level of bringing this work of art of yours and trying to build a business out of it, and I think kudos to you. So we'll be very happy to know more about it, and where can people see if they want to see the samples, or how you exactly turn your passion, I won't say passion, but whatever you have learned, how you turn into different kind of products, what are the things that you do. So please tell us about your business of embroidery. I mean, that's amazing. Yeah.
Thank you. So the shirt that I'm wearing today was also I embroidered it my own self. So that's
Wow.
how this. Thank you. So that's how this thing started. Basically, when we think about embroidery, if you tell it to any person, what comes
Huh.
into your mind? A cloth and a needle and a thread. That's all.
Right.
But it's way out of that. Just that. Okay. So initially, even I was doing it in a hoop
Hmm.
with a cloth, with a thread, with a design over it. But later on, I started stitching those designs into my dress. So I would do it in a cloth, then I would start stitching it over my dress. I don't know
Wow.
sewing, but I used to get it stitched from outside. Okay, so I would feel proud of what I have done. So I would wear all those dresses and go to the chemotherapy. So that
Amazing.
actually, what happened is, even the nurses there started seeing that, okay, how beautifully she's dressing and coming for a chemotherapy, because people, it would be utter silence in the chemotherapy ward, and I would be a person who gets dressed up, like not with makeup and stuff, but I would wear a confident dress that would make me look pretty even with a bald head and a dull skin. I wanted myself to be confident enough that, okay, this is not going to bother my appearance.
Hmm.
That's how I used to dress. So initially, even I was like going undressed, or no, not undressed. Even I would go to chemotherapy beds like initial stage when I was diagnosed. I used to go wearing whatever I find in my closet, just wear and go. Later on, when I started doing embroidery, I started stitching it over my dress. I started wearing it and going forward. So that's when I started feeling even more confident about the art form that I was practicing. After which, what happened is, like I started practicing more intricate designs. Like we know
Okay.
Pichwai art, right? That Pichwai cow and all I've tried
Yeah.
out of
Okay.
this embroidery. Okay, so this happened during my reversal surgery, which happened this March. I started stitching in the recovery bed because I could walk for minutes, but after
Mhm.
that I have to sit in the bed or sleep in the bed. So at that time, whenever I was sitting, I used to do embroidery, not watch TV or anything that was there,
Right.
no screen time. I took time for my own self and I started doing it. So one point, I embroidered a shirt for my sister. So
Okay.
that's when I got even more confidence of my art, and I thought people around me started saying, "Why don't you put this up in the social media that your work is so good? People will
Yeah.
start feeling motivated or inspired out of your artwork. So start doing it." That's what I got from other people.
Hmm.
But I was not confident about my own artwork being put up in the social media, that there are a lot of other people around us. Then
Hmm.
what is our art going to make a difference out of it? So what I was thinking is, I was thinking from others' point of view. I was not thinking about my point of view. Okay, that mistake I made initially.
Hmm.
Then once I got this confidence, I started a page and posting all this stuff. So that's when this business point of view struck into my mind.
Amazing.
Yeah, so I started embroidering on shirts, on caps, and making keepsake wall hangings, keepsake memories, all that I started embroidering. Then I also simultaneously side by side started doing workshops on hand embroidery, because these days I see people doing crochet a lot, but hand embroidery is not being practiced, or I don't see workshops around us as easy as we see a crochet
Crochet.
workshop or any other rinsen art or other art forms. So when I started doing embroidery, I didn't get much registrations. I used to get 5 people a workshop, but I was okay with it. And
Hmm.
what I saw as feedback is people thought that it is just cloth and thread. Why spend money on that? So
Right.
I started learning more and more. Now I know to do embroidery on a photo. Okay, I know to
Okay.
do an embroidery on a leaf.
Oh my
So
God, what? I've never heard
yeah,
of it.
embroidery is not just restricted to a cloth. It is
Right.
um, it is like it can be done on so many stuffs, and it could be used in so many ways. Imagine you all would have known that you can mold a baby's hand and leg, small
Yeah.
newborn baby hand and leg into a keepsake, like
Yes,
in
yes.
a showcase. You know that, right? So
Yeah.
I've started making this keepsake where you take a print of your baby's hand and foot, you do embroidery and frame it and keep it as a keepsake memory.
Wow.
Think how
So,
colorful it could be.
and so
I can
creative,
show.
so innovative.
Yeah, yeah. So embroidery is not just restricted to a cloth or a needle or a thread or a hoop. It can be so many more things out of that. You can make jewelry out of embroidery. Okay,
Right.
you can make lapel pins, you can make brooch pins out of embroidery, you can make clips out of embroidery, you can make bow clips out of embroidery. So there are a lot of other things that you can do with embroidery. That's what I realized after stepping into a business. So initially I'm not a person who has a business background,
Right.
so even I didn't have anything planned,
Hmm.
but I started learning along with it. That is what life is. So more and
Amazing.
more, yeah, that's what life is. So when you give time for your own self and you
Yes.
start thinking and you start finding things inside your own self, you will get to all those answers for which
Absolutely.
you should have a clear and a sane mind. So
Absolutely.
that
That
will
is
help you in a lot of other ways. And
correct.
believe in yourself. Have confidence. Don't think from others' point of view. Think from your point of view.
Correct.
Okay, yeah, initially I thought that there are a lot of embroidery people who are putting stuff, but what is unique in you? No, that is not the thing. You are putting whatever you are confident about. If that is being appreciated, that's okay. If that is not being appreciated, that's okay. Take everything that comes to you in a neutral way, then it will be like a growth step or a
Absolutely.
stepping stone. That's where you
Absolutely.
climb a ladder. It is not success, it is not failure, but you are
Right.
going forward each step.
So
You're
Divya,
not
what is
going backward.
so you have a page on which platform, like Instagram or something like that?
Yeah, I have a page on Instagram which is named as Embroidery Hustle, where I
And
post all of my art stuffs and work stuffs, where I keep updates on my workshops and put updates on my new artworks. So that's how I connect with people, and that's how I'm building a network basically.
so just trying to understand, for example, when you say workshops, so are you doing it in-person workshop, or it is like a physical online as well?
Yeah, I am more to a physical person than an online person. So,
Okay.
be it shopping also, I do it physically in a store rather than on a online platform. So that kind of a person I am. And for embroidery, I chose physically being present. So I go to art cafes, I do workshops there on a
Right.
weekend, and the updates are being posted on my Instagram page. So Instagram is the only platform where I post all my updates on my embroidery.
Okay. So it's Embroidery Hustle. That's at the rate Embroidery Hustle. That's the handle
Yeah.
of your Instagram, right? Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
I'm sure. I'm sure. Like the kind of, because I think you have showed me a clip. I think you showed me a clip, right? Like
Can I get that because it's there inside? Can I get all the stuffs and show you what I've done? So this is a kerchief I had embroidered. Yeah. Then, as I was saying, this is a wall hanging which you can hang directly on the wall. Okay. So in my embroidery, you'll mostly find positive and self-soothing words. Okay, so that's
Can you
one
bring
thing you have to observe.
a little bit more? Sorry to interrupt you. Near the
Sorry.
camera. Can you bring your artwork? Yes, yes, yes.
Okay,
Great.
so this is
Take
one wall hanger which you can hang directly on the wall.
okay.
Okay, so apart from that, I do it on pouches. Like I put up
Nice.
stalls in exhibitions. So where for people to know about my business, I use this as a sales thing for
Okay.
people to purchase because it's budget friendly. So I do have pouches. These are coin pouches where I do hand embroidery on my own, and I am a solo person working, so I do have all the stuffs on my own. So all the words that are there, they are always towards the positive end, like fly free, stay kind, be positive. And this is one artwork I did. This is a singer. Okay, he's a
Wow.
Kannada singer named Siddharth Belmanu. He is one of
Okay.
my family member. So initially,
Oh.
when I wanted to try different things,
Hmm.
I started taking a portrait, and I thought I should try that also. So that's how I ended up doing this. So this is a singer, and it is a photo of his from an Instagram page. So this is one
Amazing.
portrait,
This is tough.
and
This is
like
tough.
I told you,
Hmm.
it is tough. You won't be achieving it at one go. You will have to give lots of trials, but I am okay to give that those trials because life has taught me that. Then I will have to implement it in my life. So that's how I ended up doing that. And the photo embroidery which I spoke about,
Okay.
this is a
Wow.
photograph. Okay,
Okay.
so I tried it on 2 3 pieces. Do you see this?
Yes. Yes. So that
Okay,
yellow
I
one
had.
part is the embroidery, is it?
Yes, yes. Like
Mm.
initially, when I was diagnosed with cancer, yeah, I was very sad and stuff. But after 6 months, I started doing cancer shoots. Like I took a lot of pictures, positive pictures, for my son to realize that I've made an album out of it. For my son to realize that whatever comes in life, crib on it, cry on it, then come over it. So I've taken a lot of photo shoot pictures with my stoma bag and that bald head being positive, showing signs. So this is one pic which I will always remember. If you see, there is a stoma bag over here.
Yeah.
There is this bald head. And this photo, I remember it was taken after 3 days of my chemotherapy. So that strong thing should resonate in my picture, and my son should understand that life, anything that throws, then you should overcome it. So that's what I've written it in a photograph also. This is embroidery. Do you see this? The stitches? Yeah.
Amazing.
So
This
this
is
is one
very
thing.
this I have never heard or seen anything like this, honestly speaking.
Yeah, yeah. So that's one. Then this is a leaf. This is my logo, and I've implemented this logo on the leaf.
So that's
This
a
is
dry
embroidery.
that's
Yes,
a
it's a
dry.
dry leaf. Yes, it's
Oh,
a dry leaf. I've stuck it on a paper basically,
yeah.
so I can show you the thing.
Yeah, yeah, it should not get yeah.
Okay? No, no, nothing happens.
Acha.
Everything is delicate, be it
I know.
life, be it artwork, be it anything. You should have that patience of handling it.
You are such a person. Oh my
See this?
God.
It's the stitches.
Amazing.
I've used
Amazing.
the tape to just hold it on. That's all.
Mm. Mm. So,
So
so after,
then I have these bow
huh.
clips. This is also embroidery. And I do make it on these clips, right? We all ladies use this.
This is so
This is the
interesting.
thing. Yeah. So I didn't know knew anything. It was just the basic stitches that I learned during the COVID pregnancy.
Okay.
So I started learning more and more during the time I had. Like
Mm.
every chemotherapy I had was 15 days gap. So in that 15 days gap, I would have the side effects being kicked in the day 7. Until
Mm.
day 10, I would be very sick. Like I can't get up from my bed. I will use the washroom, sleep, use the washroom, sleep, eat, sleep. That's all. Repeat. So apart from those 3 days, I did have a 10 to 11 days of time. So in that
Okay.
11 days of time, I used to do embroidery. So after that, once I stepped into business, I started wanting to learn more. So
Hmm.
that more and more that curiosity pulled me through, and I started experimenting on different stuffs. So now the only not only the proud thing that I hold is this keepsake thing. So this is a 1 year old baby's footprint where I am working on right now. So I will embroider this everything and I'll frame it and people can keep it forever. And this is one thing which I said. This is Pichwai cow. People will know this. It's a Pichwai art. So
Yeah.
this was done in my recovery bed. Doctors and people have seen all these things. This is a lot more things. You can edit whichever needed, Gagi. But I am showing all the steps that I've done so that people will know that embroidery is not restricted to a cloth. Because I don't
Yes.
want people to think that it is a granny's art and we are not. We don't want that kind of an art. No, you can do more out of it, and people will see so many good things out of it. See how colorful this is. Can you imagine? This is a bouquet I was holding. Okay,
Yeah.
so I've
Just.
done embroidery over it.
I
So
mean that.
seeing this, won't you feel positive in a day?
Of course. Of course. Of
Yes.
course.
So that's why I did this. That's why.
Amazing. Your thought, is a old age thing that is existing. It's an old form of art. We have all seen somebody or the other doing it. We have seen growing, or we see it's happening. But you have just gave a completely new dimension to it. I must say that. So I
Thank
think
you. Thank you.
it's
And I would
amazing.
want to add on one more thing.
Sure.
Like for business, it's not necessary that you should have all the finance initially, all things being planned and put up in a diary. No, take it slow. See, if the other end there is a cancer person who is sitting and practicing in a hand embroidery just like me, watching your episode, I would like to tell them go forward. Just
Yes.
think, just do whatever you're thinking because I had that freedom. People around me understood that, okay, what the only thing that is required for Divya is to support her, whatever she is wanting to do. So people started supporting me. I used to go for walks. I used to go for shopping, carrying
Hmm.
all the stoma bag only. Stoma bag is not a restriction. I know it's a very hard phase. It's very hard
Yeah.
phase. I literally hate that and I still fear what if in future I get a stoma bag again? Yes, I do fear, but that should not stop you. I have seen salespeople asking me, looking at my bald head, looking at my dull face, like, what is this sick person doing here? But that's okay. That's how I am right now in my life. But I
Hmm.
want to enjoy out of that sickness. Why not? When my health is
Absolutely.
supporting me to do at least that much, then we will have to do it for us to keep sane. That's all.
Fantastic, Divya. I mean, in this whole episode, actually, whenever I'm trying to say something, I'm just losing words because I'm just overwhelmed with your positivity. And I don't know where we stand when we talk about mental resilience and all those stuff. I think you are one person who is proving everything wrong. And it's just the other way around. We all say that life is bringing us. I think you are bringing things in life. I mean, that is something which is very very inspiring, and it's not just that it's not that you had the disease and you're fighting it, and so I am trying to be little more empathetic. No, but the thing is that the way you took your thing, and now that you are giving it a structure, this thought process itself actually is a healing mechanism. you know it's not about the money, or it's not about the thing, but tomorrow, I mean, as a entrepreneur myself, tomorrow, if you could make this a big business, why not? I mean, why can't we aspire? So I think amazing. I really love
Just
this part.
take, just take one day at a time. I have
Yes.
not said that I'm going to make crores or lakhs out of this business. No, I am just taking it one day at a time. I'm just trying to build my own self, like challenge my own self of what I know new. When I think yesterday I didn't knew this, I today I wanted to know it. That's how I'm moving forward in life, and that's how any other person should move forward in their life. Control is the one thing what that everybody wants in their life, but when
Hmm.
you lose that control, you should the losing control should happen in a situation or to a thing that is okay, but physically and mentally you should hold that control. That is what
Absolutely.
I would say. Okay, that's what I would say.
Thank you so much, Divya. And just last one question would be kind of like if, like, how do you perceive? This comes from a business, business curiosity from my side. Like, where you want to take your business, or who, how could people, or probably even me, how everybody could help you growing in this? What are, do you have in some thoughts around it? Have you thought something about it?
Okay, so this helped me pass through cancer. So basically, I didn't want to make money out of it. I currently what I think is I want to bring it to a forum where other cancer patients can sit, do this
Hmm.
stuff, and
Hmm.
pass their time is what is the only thing that I see. And from business point of view, if you are asking me as a businesswoman, yes, I want to take it into an online platform, sell it to people as much as possible so that people can know that embroidery is stuff which you can wear and look gorgeous about. It's not just the dress that is going to make you pretty, but the work in the dress is going to make you pretty. And if you think that work is something that the machine does, no, it's in your hands, just the 10 fingers that can do this work, is what I want to reach through my business. So I want to help people who can think that this is a therapeutic thing, and I want to reach people who think that embroidery is just a granny thing. No, I want to reach those people saying that it is a beautiful business form, art form that you can wear and feel proud about. That is what is my business goal right now.
Amazing, and thank you so much for sharing that. I think anybody who wants to see this innovative part of what Divya has built, it's a request that you can go to at the rate embroidery hustle on Instagram and check out yourself. And if you like stuff, probably you can directly contact with Divya. And I think. I mean, all the things that you have shown is very interesting, and I mean, I won't say I wish you all the best. I will just say that please, give me your positivity. A part of it also, if I can implement in my life, I think I will achieve more. So thank you,
Sending
Divya.
all the vibes to the universe, may it reach you.
Thank you so much. So sweet of you. And I think it was wonderful talking to you. And any last message that you would like to give to people?
Okay. Take one day at a time. Always be towards the positive side. It's not that stay in the positive, be towards the positive side. Okay, if this is negative, then this is positive, be towards the positive side. Even if it is this much, it's enough. Yeah? So one day at a time and stay positive and stay confident of whoever you are. Don't think about others' perspective. Think only about yourself. And if you're a person who wants to sorry. So, for the people who are seeing this, be always empathetic to people. We don't need sympathy. Cancer people don't require sympathy, they just require empathy and support. Just give us that, that would be enough. Yeah, that's
Thank you.
all.
Thank you so much for being on this platform, and it's an honor for me to host you today. And I think we will have a lot of conversations more off the camera. Yeah.
Yes, sure. I have to thank you, Gargi, for taking me up in this platform and helping me share my views and thoughts to lot of people online. So thank you for that. Thank you for building this platform.
It's my pleasure. It's my pleasure. Thank you, Divya. Thank you, everybody. And please do remember to visit Divya's page at the rate embroidery hustle, and do whatever the way you want to support Divya in terms of her reaching out to other cancer survivors or cancer patients who are fighting, so that the same coping mechanism what Divya could use to help herself could also reach to other people. So I think we'll meet Divya again, and we'll have lot of things to work on and work together. Yeah. Thank you everybody. Thank you
Right,
so
right.
much.
Yeah, thank you.